Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Nendoroid 957 Diana Cavendish from Little Witch Academia. Yes, the new LWA Nendo. I've been quite excited for her to come in, and she's finally here. So here she is in front of her box. We'll get to her in a little bit. But first, of course, the box itself. We have, of course, this typical stuff. You got Diana right there on there. You got the Japanese, her name, Good Smile, Little Witch Academia logo, her on the top in different pose. The product number, all that stuff on there too. Got more poses inside, still more, and there's Akko there. The bottom, of course, you have another pose and a barcode, and the back you have a bunch of warnings in Japanese and all that stuff, and more poses, and some of the same ones too. That's the box. It's the typical new Nendo box, which is smaller than the old ones. Takes up less space, thankfully. Oddly enough, the reissue Akko still uses the original box, so it's bigger. But of course, there's also a little manual, both Japanese and English once again. Tells you a couple little things that you might need to know about this one. Simple stuff there. And I got the pre-order bonus, which is in this little bag. The pre-order bonus was from Good Smile was her bear, which I'll get to a little bit that in a bit. But yeah, it's Diana. It's Diana Cavendish, you know, the prodigy at Luna Nova. Sitting here, and of course, she got blue instead of red like the other ones. They all had red, you know, red sash or belt and stuff. She's got blue. I almost said red blues. That's not right at all. But yeah, she got a blue stripe around her hat instead, but otherwise the same. You know, still got the little Luna Nova mark on it. It just sits on the head. No, you don't have to remove anything, but it's, you know, very large. But yeah, Diana herself, you can see she's got her weird blonde green hair, wavy hair, which every artist I know of who draws her hates it because it's a pain in the butt to deal with. Yeah, she's got the green and blonde wavy hair. She has little green eyebrows, her blue eyes, little smirk, I guess, here. Very small smile. But the typical, you know, got the little brooch thing or whatever you want to call it. Right there, you got, again, the blue belt with a little bit of yellow picked out. And, you know, her boots. They have the weird, like, pinkish, like, trim right here at the top. But blue stripe at the bottom. And her stand's a little different. Or, like, the stand right here is a little different. It's got a different shape, mostly to get around the hair. Because, again, very massive hair. But yeah, it works like this. You probably want to do it like this. You can, you know, change it how you want, but this is probably the best bet if you want her just standing there. But she does have quite a few accessories on top of her, like open splayed hands and whatnot. She has, well, her other faces, a very happy face and a kind of stern, annoyed face. She's got those, of course. So two faces there. The bear I mentioned earlier, there's that pre-order bonus only from Good Smile. It's directly, otherwise you don't get it. She has a right-handed pointing finger that can also hold things. The extra little ball joint for the head. Her wand, because, well, she needs her wand. She's a witch after all. She has one curled arm with open hand, which that's important too. There's another accessory that uses those, and the other curled arm as well. Same thing. Go with those arms, you have this little Akko mouse. She comes with Akko. Little tiny Akko, which, again, Akko here actually has really nicely picked out details. Here. I'm going to get it back a little bit. There we go. You can actually pick out, you know, really nicely picked out. You got the open mouth and everything. I just like that they actually include a little Akko with Diana. For no reason at all, of course. She also has a left hand fist. Just a little fist. And a little gripping hand for the left hand as well. A leg. One leg. That's it. It is. Apparently it's for a specific pose. She has these arms which can cross. And I'll show how those work in a little bit. And she has a teacup, which it's hard to show off. But yeah, a little teacup, white, with tea in it. An orangey tea. Very orangish, brownish tea. And she has a teacup with a pouring teapot, which she can hold via magic. I guess it's her magicking up T. And I'll have to show about those a little bit in a bit. But yeah. It's like a Nendo, so it's like typical Nendo stuff, so she can move her head around, look up and down a bit. Her arms can move forward and back. Her wrists can swivel. She has a waist joint right there. It's under the belt, but she has a waist joint, so you can twist it at the waist. The belt kind of just lifts out of the way because it's just loose. And I just pulled her off the peg. But her hips can move forward and back. Not really outward. And they can also twist a bit. And that's her articulation, really. It's an Nendo. Their really focus isn't like super huge in articulation, just to look cute on your shelf like usual. And that arm just fell off. I pushed it off. I think I'm noticing about her. I've noticed a couple times, which I think her this arm likes to come off a bit. I'm not sure if it's the socket or the arm. I have to double check with you, or by checking all the rest of the arms. But yeah. Typically though, her stand holds in pretty tight if you don't pushing around like I just did, but it typically holds in pretty solid. That's good. But yeah, it's accessory stuff, pretty simple. As usual, just pop off the front of her hair. Again, holds on really. This one really holds on tight to everything, so that's really nice. Get a couple Nendos which have some loose stuff. You're like, yeah, this one's hold on real tight. Let's go ahead and use her annoyed face for this one. I want to also show off the. Yeah, there you go. Now she looks annoyed. But yeah, it's one of the arm accessories. The one I was telling you about, the crossed arms. This one is very specific. You have to take the left arm first, her left arm, which you notice doesn't have a hand. You pop that on first. If I can find the socket. That's the only problem is sometimes her hair gets a little in the way of actually doing this stuff. There we go. Get that on. And then you take the right arm, which you can see there's her left hand right there. Take that on and pop that on too, right over top. There's a channel in here for this sleeve. And there. Now she's got her crossed arms. And she's looking properly annoyed about something. So that's, one thing you can do. It's real nice. I'm going to pull these off again. I'm going to show off real quick some of the other stuff. What else we going to swap her face because I can. Again, I want to show this. It's just really tight. Everything's on this one is really tight. I've been quite pleased with that. Just everything's really tight. Okay, she's got these with bent elbows, which also have a bicep swivel, which is very important for some of the stuff you're going to do with that. Again, pop those on. Again, the only problem, I think the biggest problem here is just her hair can get in the way a little bit because of how poofy it is. Right. So with this, you want to use those bicep swivels and kind of bend these hands so they're kind of like this. They're at an angle. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but there are these little divots in her hand. Those can match up with Mouse Akko's feet, and her tail just straight up came off. Okay, good. It's just a peg. I was worried. It's a simple peg. Or if it's not, I can glue it back in. So, that's the thing. Yeah, okay, that's just a peg. So, don't worry. If that tail comes off, it's a peg. I was a little freaked out for a second. Like, oh god, I just broke it on camera. Yeah, there's little divots in her hand which do match up if you can angle the hands right and everything. It might take a couple tries, especially if you're behind a camera, to angle it just right so Akko's feet kind of slot in. Yeah, that probably wasn't close enough together. But yeah, Mouse Akko's feet can slot in. There we go. And she holds it. It's not like secure. It's not like it pegs like tabs in or anything, but it kind of holds it a little bit so it can take a little bit before it falls out. But yeah, she can hold Mouse Akko. Yes, I know the version on the box showed her annoyed with this, but I don't want to show her annoyed. Thing about the bear is, you know, the picture on Good Smile's website showed her just kind of holding the bear in a, let's see if I can get it right, like it's just kind of supporting it like this. And it's just, it was kind of she was just kind of supporting it. Like, it's kind of okay. It's not amazing though. So yeah, she can hold the bear kind of, but it's not really gripped on. There's no peg holes or slots or anything. It's just, you're just kind of frictioning it in and kind of wedging it in there and just hoping it doesn't fall out. So yeah, she can hold the bear. It's nice, but it's not super great. Yeah, real quick. She can, this is her weird pointing / gripping hand. Use that. You can just put her wand in it. The hand. There. And like, switch this one to another. Is that? No, that wasn't in all the way. Whoops. I'm actually going to switch to a different arm because that's, doesn't want to go in. Yeah, again, a lot of these joints, it's really nice. They're really tight. I'm glad about this because I've had this couple Nendos now where it's just kind of really loose and they don't want to. That one, this shoulder though, this is the only one. This shoulder right here on this straight hand is just kind of a iffy. Again, I think the biggest problem with this one is just simply you have to angle it just perfectly so it's kind of inset into the sleeve there. Otherwise, it just kind of bumps the wand back out. Or something. Yeah. Yeah, she just doesn't want to, this shoulder doesn't want to stay on. That's the problem. This one right here, I'm going to have to, yeah, it's definitely the peg because the other ones are going in super tight, so I'm going to have to thicken that peg a bit. But yeah, it's, you got that, and I'll pull this hand out for her left gripping hand. Because here's the other thing I want to show real quick. I'm not sure how well that's playing off, but you see that? I'm not sure how well you can see that, but there's a little tiny divot in the handle. Very little divot in the handle. That divot goes between the finger and thumb on her hand. And it's kind of a pain in the butt to wedge in. Might be easier just to do it with the arm off. But yeah, you wedge it on. There you go. She can grip it like that. You have to like wedge it in there. Or alternatively, pop that out and then use this one where she's using magic. I'm not sure how strong that is, but I would not count on that being a point of strength when you're popping it on or something. So just be aware of that. It's kind of thin. Not sure how strong it is. Yeah, see, this is the thing I'm noticing. This sleeve right here, this particular sleeve doesn't like to stay on. There you go. Yeah, I'm just noticing this. Just this sleeve really does not want to stay on. So it's that's annoying. I don't know why, but yeah, but yeah, she can hold that, and the other hand, and she's got the just fist. And for whatever reason, there's just this pop this leg out. There we go. And this is her left leg, I believe. At least from what I saw on the box. Yeah, she's got this leg, if you want. Which I guess is going to be a walking leg. And once again, yeah, that arm, I'm going to have to do something. Because all the other arms are tight in there. It's just that one doesn't want to stay on. There you go. See, now she can be walking. Because that's what it looks like. It's just It's the kind of, no, that's supposed to be, I think. Yeah, I put it on the wrong one. That's supposed to be the right leg. Wait, no. No, they got it on both sides, so it doesn't really matter. I guess it's just that way. It looks like it's supposed to be, the shape of the foot makes it look like it's supposed to be something else, but yeah. Yeah, that leg though was a pain in the butt to pop out of that joint. Yeah. But anyway, you can have like a walking pose if you want. So, that's Diana, but one last thing, of course. I mean, gotta put her next to Akko. Her, girlfriend. I mean, rival. Excuse me. But yep. That's Diana. That's a lot of stuff to go through. She had quite a few accessories. Some of them worked pretty much similar to the others. She's got quite a few, and she's not too bad at price. I like it. You can probably pick her up at a couple places. I got mine from Good Smile. They're not gonna be able to do that anymore. But like Amazon Japan, HLJ, they'll probably have a couple of her in stock. And if you have Akko and or the rest of the red team, I would highly recommend picking her up because she goes well with those two. I mean, come on, why would you get one and the other? Akko's lonely. I mean, come on, their new best friend. So yeah, Diana's great. Just my only thing is, yeah, the sculpting and whatnot is all great. One thing is this particular arm is very loose in the socket, and some of the accessories can be a little bit of pain to swap out. Like particularly these teacups, just kind of getting them wedged between the finger and thumb is a little bit of pain. But otherwise, yeah, it's a fairly solid thing. All the joints are really tight. I think this is one of the best Nendos in that regard. In my experience, this has been the best with tight joints and everything. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found this informative or something. I hope you pick up Diana if you're interested at all. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you next time with another video review.